Alright guys, I am Slayer Justin, and I'm going to be showing you Wizardry 8, how to create a party, what types of characters I think are my favorite compared to others, and how that all works. Okay, so whenever you click create a character, you can choose their profession. Now there's a bunch of different professions. I recommend having at least one fighter in your party, so I'll start with that. The race is kind of important. It affects the starting, so like here. If I look at the top right, see how they keep changing based on what race I choose? And it affects your hit points and stamina, I believe. Yes, it does. And it also affects this thing at the bottom left over here, as well as your resistances, which is at the middle bottom. So these are what you can use to start the game with. So see how it says 14 and 40 out of 40? So I can put 14 points on vitality for my fighter, and that's the max. Now if I would choose someone else, say Dragoon, I could put 20 points on him, so I can make him 80 vitality, and there's 40 now. There's 40 left, but okay, so that's how that works. So I'm gonna make him a Dragoon. That sounds fine, actually. I'm gonna bring up his strength. Strength is very important for these guys. And I'm gonna put 10 on dexterity and 10 on speed. So also I'm gonna make him a male. Okay, so close combat basically affects how well your characters deal with one-on-one fighting. So that's what I need. So I have 15 points, and I'm going to place 5 on that. I want to make sure I have 1 in each of these categories. And I also want to make sure, so he's equally good in sword and axe right now. So I am going to make this guy a sword guy, and he's going to have a shield. So that's basically what I did there. Okay, and this doesn't matter, so I'm just going to call him... hold on, I can't see my keyboard. Shoot. Buttons not working for keyboard. Okay, that's not working for some reason. I can't type anything. Yeah, I can't type anything, so I'm going to exit and come back. Okay, so fighter is very important. You want to make sure you have a mage. Mages are good for elves, are good, humans are good, these guys are good. So they're really good at all the resistance, and you need one of these for late game, because late game you'll run into massive parties and these guys can take out like 20 guys at a time kind of thing. Like they can do, if you get them very high leveled, he can do spells that damage everyone around you, something like a fireball out kind of thing. Yeah, so you're gonna want to do, the difference with this guy is, so these do not choose strength and dexterity on this guy, but I'm just doing this so I can show you. You choose your spells at the start. There's one of 5 spells. This one is good. I usually start with these 2. I mean, you could make a case for light instead of frost, but I'd rather have frost, honestly, because light doesn't do a lot. Okay, so then you're gonna want to up your fire magic for sure, and this magic's also good. So yeah, you don't really need, I'd say, but 1 on each of these. And I'd say like 1 or 2 on these, and then the rest go on. Fire magic is probably going to be your primary for mages. You can do a different one, but I recommend fire for at least your first game, until you figure out what to do. Okay, and then next I would recommend having one of these guys. They're similar to a mage, except for they deal with mental magic. So you're still going to need intelligence on them. Vitality is important because they die really easily. Yeah. really easily right in the start. If one of your characters dies near the start, I recommend that you start over or load your save. Last save, because it's very, very difficult whenever one of your characters dies. So I have a party that's pretty far in the game, and I named them 2 mages, so I'm going to show you some... Okay, so I recommend whenever you're playing, this is the... okay, I forget. Oh yeah, my keyboard doesn't work. That's so weird. So I can't move. I'm gonna stop for a second and try to fix this, so I will see you guys in a minute. You'll move with the arrow keys, and I would recommend using the mouse to always have your mouse on the start combat button. Whenever you see units, you want to start combat immediately and try to preemptively jump them. Also, as you can see here, I have 8 guys in my party. Now you only start with 6, so Garen is one of my fighters, Bard is my fighter, I have a rogue, a bard, which was originally a ranger, a mage, and a I forget what they're called, the mental magic guy that I was telling you about. Okay, so each character has its own color, as you can see. So this guy's color's there, and I set these up in a way so that my fighters are in the front outside. My bard and my 2 mages type, this guy and this guy, are in the middle. That way, unless I get jumped from behind, I can't be attacked. Like, they can't be attacked unless by melee guys. Mages and ranged guys can still hit them, but it's better to at least have them protected from melee, because they'll die so fast. Let's see. Okay, so when picking up items and stuff, you'll have to whatever character you have selected. So like if I select this guy and then I go to pick up an item, it'll go in his inventory, I believe how that works. So whenever your inventory gets full though, so if I filled this up and I picked up an item, then it would go into my party items, which is over here. Each character has their own inventory as well as your party items inventory. So if I go to my... Let's see, where is he? This guy. This type of person, this mental magic type of guy, he is very important because he can identify objects for you. That's huge. Like, but some of the best items in the game, you're probably gonna have to unidentify, or identify. I mean, so you're gonna need this guy later on. This is your main damage dealer. This is your secondary. Like, they both do a ton because they're mages. They both do a ton to everyone. Okay, so I'm going to stop and then come back in a couple seconds. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I figured out the problem, and hopefully I'll be able to move. Yes, okay, so the problem was that you can't, when recording Wizardry 8, you have to like start recording the screen before you start, because you cannot click off the game and come back, otherwise your keyboard will not work. It's not really a big deal unless you want to name your character, like start the game, but if you're in the middle of the game, you can, okay, see how there's this guys, so those are, but you can right click with your mouse, then left click, and you can drag your game around. So these guys, so I'm going to start combat with it, I'm going to show you what to do.
We can beat them easily.
Shoot, I was turned. Okay. So this is the screen, you have your 8 guys, they'll all attack, so I'm going to use this guy and I'm going to cast Ice Ball, because I'm out of fire magic for some reason. I forgot to go, and I'm probably going to do it about here, because that's about where they'll get to, I'm going to guess. Same with this guy's out of that, so I'm going to use Shrill Sound. Okay, so we will take turns and fight. thing you should note is that the farther you get in the game, the more fun it will be. You'll have more spells, more attacks. The gameplay becomes way more dynamic. It'll be pretty boring in the beginning. Very beginning. Before you get a couple spells, before you get into the lore a little bit, you may like the game, you may not, but give it about a couple hours and you'll probably really like it. It's not for everyone though. So, see, now my characters are going to start attacking. Whichever one's highlighted is the one that's attacking. So whenever the screen goes. Oh no. He used terror. Okay. So now my characters are attacking. I'm probably gonna end up losing this fight because I didn't heal beforehand. So yeah, but that's the basics. And spellbook, use spells. See, I have all these different spells that I can use. Oh, wait a minute, I should be using this.
It shall be so.
This. Okay. Another thing you need to note is that using items, your character must have them on him during the fight. So you have to spread out your healing potions through all your character's party, your cure poison potions in case they get poisoned. You have to spread them out through your entire party. Otherwise it won't help. It'll help that one character. So I'm just going to stop here because I'm going to lose. But just shift characters during the game, you just drag them, and then the next round they'll become, it tells you it's at the end of the round. Okay, so you can have as many saves as you want. Obviously I have a bunch of saves. So yeah. So I'm going to, oh wait, that's not what I want to do. Yep. Okay. Okay, and that concludes my tutorial of Wizardry 8. And if you have any questions, please leave comments or questions as comments, or message me and I will give you an answer. So thank you for watching and goodbye.